All right. So, the tunnel. Here we go. So wait, is that a bike lane or is that just a shoulder? Can you walk through this thing or ride a bike? Is that what the people on the wall mean? 430 feet. Oh yeah, it's how far you are to the end of the tunnel. Oh, cool. Man, you could get some, I've said it before, you could get some great shots of stuff right now. Like if you had like a couple bikey guys like that, you could get some awesome little shots of, you know, doing maneuvers through here, no other traffic. Dope. Opportunity lost. Nope, I'm not exiting. I will not be exiting. Okay, there we go. Can't tell me what to do. All right, now we're out, and now we're just on Aurora. I'm pretty sure that was free just now. Did it take a picture of my license plate and it's gonna send me a bill? Well, fuck it. It was worth it. Like the little spray bottles that I've been giving to people with alcohol in them. I buy them with my own money. It's fine. It's fine. I got my Trump bucks. I can buy a couple little spray bottles for a few dollars and give it to people. And I'm telling you, we still gotta do this. We gotta get people doing this active sanitation thing. Like I was calling it liquidators, like Chernobyl. Everybody carries a little bottle of spray around with them and just spray elevator buttons, doorknobs, you know, and it will kill the virus. And it's another means of stopping the transmission. And we can get back to work. And I think I'm cautiously optimistic. That's the phrase. I am cautiously optimistic, and I feel that for the first time in a long time about this thing. Everybody, I think, fluctuates back and forth. But, you know, in the course of the day, like your understanding of the news, the severity, and everything, how everything's going. But I'm cautiously optimistic that we are going to come out of this thing. Now, things are going to change a little bit. We've all learned a lot of valuable lessons. Well, at least I hope you have. I know I have. But I think that we're gonna see Kyle's bad driving is what we're gonna see. We're gonna see those curves continue to go down. We're gonna continue to see the deaths go down, and we might see a little surge on our way back through the reboot. But I feel like it wasn't as bad as we were told. It's still apparently quite lethal and potentially scary, but it is not it's not Captain Trips. It's not going to wipe out all of humanity. It is dangerous. We have to manage it appropriately. But that's true of every pandemic, and every pathogen behaves a little bit differently, and we had to crack this bug, and we will get a vaccine in time. But I feel like it's like 3-4 months from now, I can do a video like this. Same roads, same time of the night on a Friday, and that's part of the experiment. I want to do a mashup. I want to show peak pandemic, quarantine, versus normal day-to-day life, when we're back to normal. And that's a teachable moment, I think. God, that's a teachable moment for everybody to keep that in context. What it was like now and what it will be like in the future. You gotta appreciate this, man. Appreciate going to a restaurant, going to a bar, nightclubs. Remember nightclubs? People packed on a dance floor, they're touching each other, they're breathing on each other. The thought of that should give everybody the willies right now, And just remember that. Stick that in the back of your gray matter for later. Remember when we all became pathological germaphobes as part of this global event. And think of it this way too, we've now also all participated in this global event. Like, there's somewhere in the Amazon, there's some tribe of people who are not concerned about this and don't really know anything about it and don't care. But when it's affecting the economies of every country, it's affecting the leadership of every country, it's affecting the supply chain for basic necessities all over the world. Everybody's made aware of it at one level or another. And never mind the fact of how online everyone is. So we've all gone through this thing. Whew. Buddy. We've all gone through this thing, man, handling it in different ways, as you can see. I've been fortunate enough to have everybody, like, in my household still working, still healthy. We were still able to get most of the things we wanted or needed. It's been a manageable pandemic. So again, it's like I'm cautiously optimistic that there's a lot of people kind of thinking in the same way that I am. That the reboot is coming. We got to be patient. But when we do it, I think we're going to come bouncing back. And people are going to be so happy to get back to a normal semblance of everyday life. They're going to be happy about getting back to work, even though that process is going to be hard too. Because a lot of businesses are not going to reopen, and this is that abstract concept of like communities coming together. I mean, Americans can in a crisis. And we're gonna still be in a crisis even after the quarantines are lifted. And then we're gonna assess the damage. And then we're gonna autopsy this thing forever. Because of the politics, because of the economics, because of the global nature of it, because of the modernness of it. This thing played out on social media. It played out on YouTube, where there's videos and testimonials and people demonstrating goodwill. There's some, Corona crazies, as I've, highlighted. There's been good and bad and everything, and there's a lot to learn from it. And, yeah, there's plenty to chew on there for a long time to come. And the politicking side of it is also never going to end, because we made an exclusive decision. We simply cannot know now what would happen if we hadn't quarantined. So that the quarantine being justified will get analyzed and analyzed and analyzed with all kinds of different data, new data, more data, retroactive data. I mean, all kinds of factors will be added to the analysis of whether it was responsible or not. It's like evacuating the town because you think the volcano is going to erupt. If it doesn't erupt, does anybody get any blame? That's the question. If this turns out to have been a nothing burger, we find out it's not really that contagious, we find out it's just something about there was a bad response from the Chinese government that botched it and caused it to become a problem there. Maybe the Italians did something wrong, but we did something right. You never know. You never know. We just don't know. We don't have the data yet. Maybe we never will. I don't know. We don't have the data now, so it's hard to assess whether or not it was the right thing to do. Which, again, we're going to endlessly autopsy it. But we made it through. That's the thing. Oh, is there... Oh, that looks like a girl. That's a working girl. I've checked up here a few times because even the pandemic has kept the hookers off the street. Now, obviously, if there's not a lot of Johns driving around, they got no work, there's no reason to go out. So, again, another sign of life. When the homeless come back and shit on things, and you see more traffic out, and there's traffic in my way and pissing me off, and you see the streetwalkers again, you will know that we are returning to our previous life. Hookers and all. All right, that's enough from me. Remember, I go out so you don't have to. Bye. Well, I'm not gonna run you over.